Hello everyone, this is the third part of creating building system, and today we will create materials and make our building look like a template. The last time we stopped at the moment of creating switch on build part component state, and now let's do something with it. So at first we need to take a static mesh of our build parts. For example, in my case from a wall, I will take static mesh. So let's go to begin play. And here, oh, sorry, on begin play. And here we will take an owner of a component and get um, child, no, get components by class static mesh component. We don't need a lot of them, we need only one component, so get component by class. And the class is static mesh component. We'll promote it to variable as static mesh component and plug it in. Now, next, let's create a material for our building. For example, uh, let's create a material, and it will be um, building preview valid, and we will have building preview invalid just for future. For example, if our building is overlapping with something, we don't need it. Let's just create building preview. And here material shading model, it will be translucent. No, not shading. Blend mode will be translucent, and color will be, for example, green color with opacity, maybe 0.2. Okay, that's fine. Now, when our part state is in unbuilded mode, we will get static mesh component and set materials. Set material here, and we will select this one material. And in build it mode, we need to set back materials that were initially. So we also had to store them. So we get in materials and promoting them to variable like default materials. And in build it state, we are setting materials list as default materials. Also here We will set not just one material, just for case if we have a list of materials, we need every one of them being our new building preview. So we will use setting component material list, and we'll make an array from this material. So now in our construction script, when we're changing into previewing state, every actor with this component, it should work. Let's check it. Here it is. Here is how it looks like. Um, we don't see basement, we don't see roof, and we don't see stairs because they don't have such component. So let's add this component to every part of my house, like basement. Hmm. We'll have build part component. Okay, house will also have a roof. We'll have such part. In your case, it maybe other blueprints. If you don't want them, if you want them be hidden, to be hidden, you just don't add this component, and they will not be shown. Roof and stairs for me. Oh, stairs and beam. Great. Okay, for basement I have. It seems like I have few materials for basement. Let's check. Yeah, I have two materials, and it seems like this doesn't work. I will just make, for example, five pins, and it shall work. And yeah, everything works. And for some reason, my second stairs. That's strange. Oh, that's because second stairs is second static mesh in my stairs blueprint, and I don't need it. Nice. So now we should be able to check if our building is overlapping with something. Let's do this. For it, we will create, I don't know, let's check, for example, on table. What does it overlap? It overlaps also always. Oh, we don't need this. We'll create just a new object channel. Let's go to project settings, collision, and create new object channel called building. And default response everywhere will be overlap. So now in our construction component, that's a component that is within our house, I have I will create. Let me just fix all functions. I will create a function that will add the box component to any mesh, add the box component, and what it will do, it will create component, add component by class, and class will be box component transform. What about transform? We will get actor bounds. No, get actor get bounds. Not component. Let's get we'll get owner and get bounds. Yeah, here we have get actor bounds, and location will be an origin, and the problem is that origin is in world space, so we can't make add origin here this way. So let's just create it at 0 and also connect owner to box collision. So we are telling where we want to add this box collision. Next, we will set world location of this component into origin, and we also will set box extent for this box, and it will be this box extent, and we don't want to update overlaps. Right, next on begin play, let's call the setBox component, and we will just check that it looks correct. Let's move it somewhere like here, and I will type show collision. Okay, I forgot that no, the box component is here, but it is strange on height. By the way, I don't understand why. Let's take a look. Add box component, and we're setting box extent. Okay, and we should include from child vectors. And let's check again. And show collision. And here it is. Here you can see, let me stop camera. The box collision is fine. It's okay. Great. Now let's set up this box collision. After adding it, we will make it overlap with everyone. So we will set its collision object type as building, and we will also make a response. It responds to all channels to overlap. Then I think that we should promote it to variable. Name it box collision, and don't do, and we will not need to do so many, to create such many lines here. Okay, after we created a box component, and we don't need even tick here, we will get this box collision, and we're gonna bind overlap events, or bind event on component begin overlap, and we will create event select. Mm, let's create a matched function. No, let's create an event and not function. Oh. Here it is, and we'll call it on box begin overlap. So let's print with which actor it overlaps, just for debug reason, and if, and let's bind another event, bind event on end overlap. Great. And if overlap begin, then we will mark our building with red color, so that it can't build. Also for that, we will I will create num and call it e. Um, I'm not sure that I need any enum. Okay, and for this case, I will create a boolean and call it can build, and by default it is true. And on begin overlap, we're making it false, and on end overlap, we are checking if uh, box collision is still overlapping with something. Because, for example, if it overlaps with 3 stones, then we don't need to mark it green if it stops or if it ends overlapping with only one of them. It shouldn't overlap anything. So let's check by let's get all overlapped actors, and if it is empty, if this array is an empty array, then we will set can build as true. Let's check and print it. Also, I will do something with my hammer. And let's check. Okay, now it doesn't overlap with anything. Here it starts overlapping with my for this generator. Here it starts overlapping with me, and etc, etc, etc. So also uh, we can have very small foliage like stone, mushrooms that I don't want them to affect my building, and I wanna in construction component not just check if array is empty. If it's not, I will remove from it every actor that is, for example, is smaller than some value. So here we're checking if it's empty. If it's not empty, then we are gonna create a function like get overlap actors higher than and some value like mm, minimum height of type float, and also it should be a parameter here mm, minimum height float, and by default it will be maybe 10 or 20. Okay, let's get overlapped actors, and then for each actor here we will get bounds uh, include from child actors, and also I think that I don't need to check an actor because like for my forest I'm having a huge actor, and a small bush here will be part of huge actor. I will check by component. So I will get overlap components, and for each of them I will get bounds, and okay, for example, sphere radius no, sphere radius is not good for us. We need box extent, so we're breaking box extent, and we will make a local variable like filtered components, and let's rename a function and get overlap components. Then we will check if that value is bigger than min height. If it is so, we will I think it's primitive component, yes. We will let me change type of filtered components to primitive component and make it an array of components. Then we are adding this component to our array. Add this array, this item, and on completed, we will return with filtered components. Then in end overlap, we are not taking this, we just call in a function. Also, let's make it a pure function. And pass min height here. Nice. We will not print anything. And if we're overlapping with, let's get component, get its extent, uh, get bound here, break vector, and if z is greater or equal than min height, then can build is false. Also, I forgot, I should in function get overlapped component higher than. We also have to make check on greater and or equal, and not just greater. Okay, so now let's create a second material. Okay, we don't need to. No, let's create second material. Building preview invalid. Why I'm not creating an instance is because I'm gonna change this material for my purposes a little bit later. I will have another shader, then this one, and this one will be the same, but with red color. And also let's make it translucent and opacity to 0.2. Okay. Oh, and here we also don't need to do that. We're just getting overlap components higher than. Okay, let's just copy all of this way. And if it is empty, then we can build. Another case, okay, let's just do it this way. Just plug is empty in can build. And here we're doing the same. We can make a function for it, but let's do it this way for now. Right, next, what we should do is to tell our beam, wall, roof, stairs to change their material to invalid material. So let's make a function in build part component called set can build. Input will be boolean called can build, and then we are going to switch to do the same, and let's create a variable here called preview material. It will be material. Oh, oh. Yes, it will be material, and by default it will be material building preview, and here we'll set it like this way. And for example, in can build, we will change this variable, set preview material, select by bool, and if we can build, then we have green material, and in false case we have red material. And after that we call in change part state, and as input uh, we are passing current part state. Let's check it. Oh no, we didn't tell our build part components to do something. So in change build state, we set in preview state, and here let's create function called set can build. Input will be can build, and we'll just copy this where we change getting all our childs with build part component and paste it here. Here it is. So we setting can build boolean, then getting all child actors, getting their components, don't do anything with it, and for every component we will call set can build. For every build part component can build. Okay, and now in event graph, let's change this into function. Can build here and function here. Now let's check this. Oh, okay. And by the way, it doesn't change its color back to green. Okay, let's think why this happens. Seems like it returns every time it returns something. Let's just print what it returns. Let's make for each filtered component and print component with which it overlaps. Uh-huh. It overlaps with some of the components from here. Okay, then what we should do is check if overlapped, if other actor Other actor should not be equal to self. To owner, I mean, and if it's not equal to owner, then we are doing this. And the same here. Okay, actor may be different because actor's beam is also an actor. Let's let me think a little. Let's continue. I'm sorry, I've made a huge mistake here, and here in begin play I made an box component for every child actor, and I should do that only for current actor or for owner. Oh, okay, and not for owner. I need to call this only once, and I called it for each child actor, so I could have 10 or, for example, 20 boxes on my house. So let's return this, and we should plug box component to for each completed, and let's test it again. And here we have our building is marked with red when it overlaps. And let's find something maybe small. Here it is, for example. No. Mm, here, this bush is small enough and we can build on it. And the other bushes are high enough and we can build on them. Great. Also, I forgot to tell you that in add box component, I've changed this. I'm setting object type as building, setting response to all channels as ignore, and set collision response to channel overlap for only world static and world dynamic, and pawn also. Let's check if I will add a stone here, somewhere here. I will add stone like this. It has a collision, so let's check if my building can be built on stone. Yes. And for example, if I will increase stone like this, it's collectible stone, then it can be built because its height is too big. And for your purposes, you can change this min height value right from your house. Your building, you can select construction component, and here on the details panel, you can change min height to whenever you want. So this is it for this video. On the next video, I'm gonna add a rotation for our building so that we can rotate it clockwise and not clockwise, and move it higher or lower a little bit. So thanks for watching. Hope it will help someone. Sorry for some issues.